The issue with many layout and laser tools is it takes two people to set things up. This is where the Milwaukee M12 3642 360 degree self-aligning laser comes into the picture. The biggest reason to consider picking up the Milwaukee 3642 laser is that it's self-aligning. Yes, you heard that right, automatic alignment. Set your receiver at one end of the room and your laser on the other, press the fine center button on the either part, and it's all over from there. In digging into the specifics of this laser, the first thing we want to look at is accuracy. It has 125 foot of indoor working range. If you have to use this outdoors, you can in a pinch, and expect about 165 feet if you're using a target. If you're using the automatic alignment, you can expect an accuracy of plus or minus 1/8 of an inch at that 125 feet. If you need to manually adjust this, you can expect an accuracy of plus or minus 1/8 of an inch at 33 feet. The largest distance we tested it in is about 50 feet. So why green? Well, many people find that it's actually easier to see than the red, and I am actually colorblind, so the green actually jumps at me more than a red laser does. Also, if you compare this to the Milwaukee 3632 M12 green laser, this is about 70% brighter on the boosted mode. What's also really nice is that on the remote receiver, we actually have a brightness adjustment as well. So if I'm on the other side of a project, I can hit that button and adjust the brightness as I need to. On the front of the laser is buttons to allow us to change between the three different planes, which makes selecting and turning off which planes we need very easy. Here's what comes in the kit. We start off with a nice blow molded case. Inside is a foam rubber insert that keeps everything organized. Here's our laser. It does come with an M12 battery. In particular, this is an XC 4.0. We should get about 10 hours of runtime on that battery. Here's the receiver. Powering the receiver are two AA batteries. Here's a receiver clamp, allows us to attach this to the receiver and a piece of material on our job site, like a 2x4, and then the M12 battery charger. Here's some other useful features and details of the laser. On the base are two different points where we can attach this to a tripod. We have a 1/4 inch and a 5/8 of an inch threaded fitting. On the front side, we have our micro adjustment knob. This knob is used to fine-tune and manually control the alignment of the laser, or if we use this in automatic mode, you'll see this knob actually turning under its own power. This does move the base independent of the tripod base and allows it to pivot. On the back side, we have rare earth magnets in the mount. These are so that we can attach this to steel studs or even conduit or something like that. If you notice, it has a V-groove down the center here that will allow us to attach it to, say, a pipe. If you notice, this grips with quite a bit of force and doesn't fall off. So much so that I actually have to pry it off in order to get that to come loose. So if you do mount this on a steel stud or something, you're not going to worry about it falling off. As far as the housing goes, this is IP54 rated, so it should be pretty dust and water resistant. And as far as overmold and protection of the tool, it does have a 1 meter drop resistance and metal coverings over the lasers and plenty of overmold that would protect the tool in the event of a drop. And last, it's one key enabled, so it's ready to go as far as your inventory tracking for on your job site. We also have magnets embedded into the receiver on the back side here so that we can also attach this if we need to stud or piping or anything else that we want to align. We can use the clamp, and the clamp works by simply just threading this into the holes that are on the back side of the receiver and then attaching the clamp to a 2x4 or whatever we have on site. And it does have a little sight level right here so you have an idea of where you are for your plumbing level. The receiver does have on the back side of it as well a little belt loop, so you can clip that on your belt as you're walking around your job site to make sure you keep track of it, and it does have batteries that do come with the kit inside, so 2 AA's. I can remember working on projects back in the day where we didn't have laser setup tools. I can only imagine how much easier things would have been if we had a tool that was an automatic aligning laser, especially on those bigger projects. I don't think this tool is really designed for the guy doing backsplashes and showers, as those are confined spaces. This is really for those larger projects where you really do need an extra set of hands usually to set things up. I think if you use the Milwaukee 3624 laser, you're going to have more precise results, better quality, and definitely a faster setup time. This laser comes with a 3-year warranty, is available anywhere Milwaukee tools are sold for about $1,199. If you have to have one right now, go ahead and click that link. I am curious, is the auto aligning feature something that you would use on a laser? Drop me a comment below. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed, do that so you don't miss out on our next video. And as always, thanks for watching.